Hi, I'm Stormy from StouderHouse. I get a lot of requests for my banana pudding, so I thought I'd make a video, show you guys how I do it. This is my grandmother's recipe. She makes the custard, not the actual pudding, so I'm going to show you how to make the custard. I start with an egg or two. This is a duck egg, so it's pretty big. I'll probably just use one, but you can use two. She never measure anything, but I have sort of condensed the recipe and made measurements for you guys to make it a little easier. So an egg or two, about 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and get it going on kind of low to medium low heat. Stir that up well because you don't want your egg to scramble. You want to get it mixed in with that sugar really well. Can you see in the pot? Okay. As the sugar melts and the egg is all blended into that, then you won't have little chunks of scrambled egg in there. To get that all mixed up, you want to add about 1/4 of a cup of flour for thickening. And she didn't measure it, I think, because the recipe is largely forgivable. You can make it thicker or thinner. You just sort of have to have an eye for it, which you get if you make it often enough. Okay, so that's all together. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. When you'll see a change take place as it gets warm, it starts to get runny. We want that egg to cook some. For the custard, it's still kind of grainy. You can hear it and you can kind of see it too. There we go, it's starting to get warmer. The graininess is leaving slowly but surely. Yep, there it goes. Okay, and you'll notice changes. It's like, oh, nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden something's happening. Okay, so that's melted, and I can sort of feel a change in it. Don't want to burn this. That's kind of your roux. It's like gravy. So once you feel like that's cooked a little bit, you can add a couple of cans of condensed milk. I'm going to poke 2 holes in the top of these cans, folks, so the air can get in and displace the milk so the milk comes out. Okay, and I've got the temperature up pretty high, higher than I normally would for this because I'm trying to make it go fast. And if you're going to do that, you've got to stay very, very, very close by. But now, of course, we have to wait for the milk to heat up. That's what I open these with. 1 punch on each side. Sorry, not condensed milk, evaporated milk. Condensed milk has the really thick stuff with all the sugar in it. This is just evaporated milk. 2 of the big cans of evaporated milk. The only other ingredient we're going to add to this is vanilla. Add about 1 teaspoon, but don't do that until after it's cooked and it's cooled off just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit while we're waiting for it to thicken. That's all we're really waiting for, is for it to thicken. It's very watery right now, and it'll thicken as soon as the milk gets hot. Let's flash over here and get our bowl set up. So the 2 cans of evaporated milk, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of the vanilla, and 1 or 2 eggs. We'll make 1 banana pudding about yay size, however many quarts this is. It used to take just 1 box of cookies and a few bananas, but since the recession hit, the amount of cookies in the box has gotten lower and lower. So we're down from 16 ounces, a pound of cookies, to 10 ounces. So you can do a box and a few. I mean, you could just do it with a box and you won't use all the custard, and then you can eat the custard. I'm going to give it a quick stir just to make sure it's not sticking over here. A lot of people line up their bananas and their cookies very perfectly. I don't do that. I just sort of dump them in. I like to use bananas that have spots. I know some people like their bananas very green and some people like their bananas very brown, and lots of us are somewhere in between. But for me, the bananas that are too green just don't make a good banana pudding. So It's still a very good banana. It's very firm, but it's not hard like the green ones are. Okay, I gotta stir it because I hear it going. Yeah. That's only gonna take another minute. You have to be careful not to get distracted by this and burn your pudding, your custard. Incidentally, this is the same custard I make when I want to make ice cream in an ice cream freezer. Just make this custard up and freeze it. And you can thin it by adding milk or more evaporated milk if you like. You really only need somewhere between 3 to 5 bananas, usually, depending on the size of the banana, of course. Doesn't have to be perfect, but do spread them out just a little bit so when you get your scoop, it comes out kind of even. I want a few more banana pieces in that. I hear my custard bubbling. Not quite there yet. Like a lasagna, only with bananas and cookies. All right, we can squeak on one more layer of banana. I always like to end on a layer of cookie. Okay, let's go look at the custard real quick because I think it's about done. Yeah. Okay, it's definitely thickened. It's just a feeling. You can feel the difference. And once you turn the heat off, if you just let it stand, it will thicken a little bit then too. So I like it to be a little bit runny at this stage when I turn the burner off. Banana all over me. Okay, and we'll just let that cool for a minute, and then we'll add the vanilla. So it's just a vanilla custard. There's no banana flavor to it. The only banana in banana pudding is the banana. Sometimes, if you get to the bottom of the bag, happen to be at the bottom of the bag, when you get to the top, you can use those crumbles as garnish on top of the pudding. Okay. Now my grandmother, I shouldn't have thrown out that knife. I remember watching her do this with her butcher knife. Okay, that's thickened nicely. I'll show you what I mean in just a sec. About a teaspoon or so. We got to get the pudding to go down in there. So just pour slowly, give it a chance to run. I know I'm over my lid line in my casserole dish here, but that's okay. We've got a big crowd here. It's not going to last 15 minutes anyway, so it doesn't much matter here. These are good to eat hot or cold. Some people like it one way, some people like it the other. I personally will eat it either way. If you get to a point where you feel like it's not going in the holes or it's in a, I don't know, you just have it stacked funny, just stab a few holes in and pour nearby, and that'll allow it to run down to the bottom, because you definitely want it all over everything in there. I would let it sit for, 10 to 20 minutes, I think, before I ate it. We don't usually eat it this hot. But I would say more like warm. And that's it, folks. Banana pudding from scratch. Enjoy.